Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We will continue with still the marketing chapter, but today's lesson will be on product. Okay, what is product? Okay, in developing marketing mix, marketers must consider what customers really want when they purchase products, to plan strategies effectively. So we need to look at the value package. What does it mean by value package? A product is marketed as a bundle of value adding attributes including reasonable cost. So cost is actually a value package to a product. And the product features the tangible and intangible qualities that a company builds into its product. What are those tangible qualities to the product? Whether it is the packaging of the product, whether it is the one that you can use your five senses to feel the product, or the intangible qualities of the product. How do they feel when they purchase your product, when they have the product? Okay, so that is the value package. All right, so consider, for example, the possible attributes in a laptop computer value package, as what we have on page 408. Okay, easy access to understandable pre-purchase information. So you have this information on the pre-purchase of the product, and then features such as wireless capability of the laptop computer. That is also the attributes, the value package of a laptop. Attractive color and design. We have pink color, we have blue, we have purple, we have maroon, black, and so on and so forth. And then useful software packages included in the laptop itself. Attractive prices. It is a competitive prices to your competitors. Fast, simple online ordering. By just few clicks, and then the laptop computer will reach the customer. And then secure credit card purchasing. You have these security features on your website to protect your customer data. Assurance of speedy delivery, in which it may take maybe just few days, few working days for the laptop to reach the customer. The warranties, maybe in terms of the body of the laptop, the software of the laptop itself, the motherboard, and so on and so forth. Easy access to the technical support if there's any problem with the laptop, or if, let's say, the customers do not know how to use the laptop, for example. We can classify products according to the expected buyers, who fall into two groups, two categories. First is buyers of consumer product. We call it as classifying consumer products. And second is buyers of organizational products, classifying organizational products. Basically, the purpose of product classification is to group similar products into categories to set up marketing strategies for each segment. That's why we have these two classification of product. One is the consumer product, and the other one is the organizational products. Let's take a look at classifying consumer products. These consumer products are commonly divided into three categories that differ in terms of typical buyer behavior. First is convenience goods. Second is shopping goods. Third is specialty goods. So what is this convenience goods? What is this convenience services? Convenience goods such as milk, bottled water, toothpaste, ketchup, soap, candy. These are the convenience goods. Convenience services, services offered by fast food restaurants, for example. And most of the time, these convenience goods and services, they are consumed rapidly and regularly. You will buy this kind of goods on a monthly basis, for example, all right, on a daily basis. Okay, they are inexpensive. It is low cost and are purchased often and with little exertion of time and effort. And most of the time, this convenience good will be placed at a strategic location. For example, next to the checkout line. All right, so that's about the convenience good. You don't have to think too much to buy that product or services. Let's say you want to buy milk on a weekly basis, bottled water. You don't have to think about it. Uh, uh, um, do I need to buy? Let's say. So it is a convenience good. You consume it rapidly. It is inexpensive. For example, toothpaste. You need to buy toothpaste on a monthly basis. Ketchup on a monthly basis. Soap as well. The shower gel. The candy. The candy bar, for example. So you don't have to think so many times because it is inexpensive, all right, and then you can purchase, and most of the time you will purchase it regularly. The second categories of consumer product is shopping goods. These shopping goods or products are most of the time highly priced, as compared to the convenience product. It is less frequently purchased consumer products and services, and most of the time while buying the products or services, these shopping products or services, consumers spends much time and effort in gathering information about the product, about the services that they want to purchase. They will consider the price of the product, the quality, features, the style, and the suitability of the product. So it is purchased less often. It is more expensive than the convenience goods and services. Consumer will compare the products based on this style, performance, color, price, and other criteria. So most of the time, these products are distributed through few selected distribution outlet. An example of the shopping goods are television. We have air conditioners, cars, furniture, and clothing, handbags, shoes, houses, cars, for example. As for the shopping services, we have hotel and airline services, the tourism services. Okay, that's for shopping goods and services. The last category of consumer product is specialty goods. So these specialty goods or products are most of the time high priced, branded product and services with unique features, and the customers are convinced that this product is superior to all other competing brands with regard to its features, with regard to its quality, and hence they are willing to pay a high price for the product. It is purchased infrequently. It is far more expensive than the shopping goods and the convenience goods, and the consumer will decide on a precise product and will not accept any substitutions and spend a good deal of time choosing the perfect item. So this is the specialty product. Most of the time, the customer will not purchase this product frequently, and maybe once or twice in the lifetime. All right. The example of these specialty goods and services are luxury jewelry, wedding dress, healthcare insurance, the car, not the ordinary car, the Ferrari, or the GoPro cameras, the iPhone, and so on and so forth. There are also three categories of organizational products classification. Basically for this classification, it is depending on how much they cost and how they will be used. First classification is production items, second is expense items, and third is capital items. The first category of organizational product is production items. So what is this production items? It is the goods or services that are used in the conversion process, in the production process to make other products. Let me give you an example of a producer produce flour to bake cake, produce butter to bake biscuits. A producer produce fabric made of cotton, made of wool, silk to make clothes. Okay, a manufacturer who produce wood, concrete, roofing to build house. Okay, the examples given to you in on the textbook on page 411. Lots of tea processed into tea bags from the tea manufacturer. Information processing for real-time production. So these are the production items. As for the second category of organizational product is the expense item. It is an industrial products purchased and consumed within a year by firms producing other products. For example, they have oil and electricity for machines, building maintenance, legal services. Okay? If let's say a company they want to buy paper, they will buy the paper, the A4 paper annually. The utility bills, it is an annual expenses. So these are called the expense item. Okay, it is purchased, it is consumed within a year. Lastly is the capital items. It is the most expensive, long-lasting, infrequently purchased industrial products, such as building or industrial services such as long-term agreement for data warehousing services. All right, so it is expected to live more than a year. All right, just now I've given you an example of buildings. Okay, the long-term agreement for data warehousing services. The fixed equipment for bakers, for example, baking ovens, refrigerator, microwave. Okay, the insurance services, financial advisory services. So these usually the decision will be made by the high level managers. So this is the capital items. Let us move on to product mix. What does it mean by product mix? It is the group of products that a firm makes available for sale. Most of the companies, no one companies will just produce one product. There will be mixture of products. All right, and then what does it mean by product line? It is a group of products that are closely related because they function in a similar manner or are sold to the same customer group who will use them in similar ways. Let me give you an example to make you better understanding of what is product mix and what is product line. An example of the Apple company. Okay, they created a product mix, few product mix. They have iPod, they have iPhone, iPad, MacBook, okay, iMac, for example. And then from that product mix, they have the product line each. As for example, for iPod, they have iPod mini, they have iPod nano, they have iPod touch, classic, and so on and so forth. That is the product line. For iPhone, iPhone is in the product mix itself, and they have the product line as well. They have iPhone 16 gig, 32 gig, white, black. I don't know about the series of the iPhone, but that is the product line. And then they have iPad. iPad, they have iPad Wi-Fi, iPad cellular, iPad mini. So that is called the product line. Let me give you another example of product mix and product line. For example, Philips. Philips offer products for, let's say, sound and vision. lighting, what else? Automotive, household products, mother and child care, the accessories. And from this product mix, they have a product line of, let's say, within its sounds and vision product category. Philips has a product line of audio to offer products like home audio, home theater, headphones, and a portable audio. So this is the product mix and product line. Second last topic of marketing, which is developing new products. Okay, for businesses, new products and services are their lifeblood. All right, they need to invest in the development. It is not an optional to them. It is very crucial to the businesses for their growth and profitability. So they need new products, new services in order for them to grow. All right, but then embarking on the new development process is very risky. It needs considerable planning and organization. It is actually a long and expensive process too. So in developing new products, it requires many resources in R&D, research and development department to explore product possibilities because of a few factors. First of the factor is high mortality rates for new ideas. Means only few new products will reach the market. What does it mean by mortality? Mortality rate is the dying rate of a new product as compared to the current existing product. So that is the meaning of mortality. Second factor is the speed to market with a product is as important as care in developing it. So speed to market is also an important factor for a success of a product or services. So if you look at the one given in the textbook, they talk about the estimation of a new product. It takes 50 new product ideas to generate one product that finally reaches the market. You might have thousands of ideas, but then from that thousands of ideas, maybe one or two ideas that can finally reach the market. All right. So once it reach the market, you need to do all those marketing advertisement to make your product known to customers and to get the attention of the customers to buy your product. Because product cannot last forever. That's why we talk about the product mortality rates. So actually the greatest factor in product failure, the product mortality, is the lack of significant difference. If you look at current market, everyone is competing in developing their new products to them. But then the new products that they created has no significant difference to other companies. For example, a headscarf. What else do we have? Other than headscarf, we have shoes, handbag, and so on. What's the difference? What makes you different from other competitors that will attract the customer? That is one of the greatest factor of product failure. Lack of significant difference. What's the difference if I bought the product from A company, then B company? Maybe the design is the same, the quality is of the same quality, and then the price is different. Maybe company A sell the product less expensive than B company. So I will opt for A company for that same product with very little differences. For example, maybe in terms of the design that I want. All right. Okay. So another one reason of another one factor that the R&D department need to look at is the speed of market. What does it mean by speed of market? Okay, how fast that you can enter the market as compared to other competitors. Okay, the more rapidly a product moves from the laboratory and from the lab to the marketplace, the more likely it is to survive. Okay, the time compression of the product in the lab itself. Okay, so you have to move very fast as compared to others. You have to be the first mover to that, let's say, invention. All right. So by introducing new products ahead of your competitors, okay, the companies will establish the market leadership. It will be the first mover. Okay? If you look at the competition between Apple and Samsung, for example, so they keep on competing, all right, of coming up with new model of a mobile phone. All right, if let's say Apple launched their product on July 2020, then Samsung, if they need to compete, they need to launch their product in June 2020. Okay, so as the speed of market will help you to conquer the market most of the time. And the significant difference. Let's say the camera, the megapixel of the camera of Samsung is better than Apple, let's say. All right, so people will go for Samsung. That's the significant difference. Or the significant difference of Apple is the uniqueness of Apple itself, the limited functions that we have in Apple itself. All right, so that's makes you differ from other competitors that you need to do so that your product will last not forever, longer than other competitors, for example. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Next is the last subtopic for this chapter, which is product life cycle. So what is product life cycle? Okay. Product life cycle is actually a series of stages, or steps through which it passes during its commercial life. So it is actually the stages in the product's commercial life itself. But if you search on the internet, stages in product life cycle, we have 5. But in this textbook, we have only 4 stages in the product life cycle. The one that we don't have here in the textbook is the development stage. So this is actually not in the commercial life of the product life cycle itself. It is at the point of only the idea of the product. You are investing heavily in research and development. Then where introduction stage comes. Introduction stage is the first stage in the product's commercial life. What does it mean by introduction stage? Usually at this stage you launch your product or service. All right, you launch your product or service. This is actually the beginning where the product reaches the marketplace. All right. So the marketers will focus on making potential customers aware of the product and its benefit. So how to make them aware? It is through marketing. So you are spending heavily on marketing. You will have extensive development, production, and sales. Cost erases cost sales erase all profits. Okay, so you want to make the customers aware of the products and its benefits. Okay, so that's why you need to focus heavily on marketing. Okay, and usually at this stage, okay, there is no benefit of the sales that you have done. All right, or very minimal profits, okay, because of the informative advertising that you used, okay, to make the customer aware of the product. Okay, the second stage is the growth stage. All right, growth stage is in which the sales start to grow rapidly. Okay, you use the persuasive advertising. Yeah, as compared to earlier stage, you are using the informative advertising. Okay, so prices may be reduced. Yeah, as new competitors enter the market. All right. So you reduced. Usually at this stage, you will still continue with promotional expenditure, but okay, you may lower the price slightly because of the competition. Okay, all right. But at the same time, the sales increase. Profits start coming. All right. The businesses start to show profit. Okay, so at this stage. Okay. And then the third stage, which is the maturity stage, is the longest stage in product life cycle. Okay. At this stage, okay, sales growth peaks, okay, and then it starts to slow. All right, the sales now increase slowly, okay, because of the intense competition in the market. All right. This competition usually, other competitors, they start to come out with more or less the same product or services as yours. All right. And at this stage, you will use maybe the competitive or promotional pricing marketing. All right, as compared to previously, you are using informative, you are using persuasive, but at this stage you are using the competitive or promotional pricing advertisement. All right. Okay, and then at this stage also, the advertising expenditure is at its highest, because you want to sustain the growth of the products of the company. Okay, so you increase the cost of advertising and promotional expenditure at this stage. At the same time, it lower profits, and then the sales start to fall because of the competition keep coming in. Okay, and then maybe the product itself enters the saturation stage. Okay, it's static. All right. What we call saturation is in terms of no further increase in current marketing. All right, it is saturated already. Okay, so that is the stage of maturity. Okay, and then the last stage is decline stage. What does it mean by decline stage? Decline stage is in which the sales and profits continue to fall. All right. As new products in the introduction stage take away sales, because that new product from other competitors, they are at the growth and maturity stage, and now you are at the declining stage. Okay. The product that you have sold earlier, it loses its appeal to the customer, because there's stiff competition in the market.
Okay, so advertising is reduced. Okay, the company will reduce the advertising, the marketing, and then stop. Okay, they stop the marketing, they stop the advertising. Okay, the production may be stopped in the future, or okay, it may let the product linger to provide some benefits. Okay, some of the company, they will just let it in the market, to get some benefits out of it. Okay, but some, they will be totally stopped. The production will totally stop. Okay, just because of no demand from the customer. Okay, I will give you an example of this product life cycle in our real life in next recording. Let me give you an example of Nokia. Do anyone know about Nokia? Nokia is one of the top brand, mobile phone brand earlier in 1990s. Okay, I do not know about the rest of you, but whether you are your first phone is Nokia or Samsung or iPhone or any other brands, Oppo, Vivo, and so on. But mine, back in 2000, my first phone, mobile phone, is Nokia 3310. Alright, at that time, Nokia 3310 cost you about 600 ringgit for the original set. Alright, and during that time, 2000, it is actually the golden age of Nokia. Alright, they began the telecommunications business in 1990s. Their first GSM call was made in 1991 using Nokia equipment, and then their rapid success in mobile phone sector in 1998. Their first mobile phone, if I'm not mistaken, was in India back in 1995. Alright, and in 1998, they are the brand, the best selling mobile phone brand in the world. Okay, and in 2003, they introduced their first camera phone. In 2011, they address the increasing competition from iOS and Android till now, till present. Okay, and then it entered into a strategic partnership with Microsoft back in 2013, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, and it sold its first mobile and devices division to Microsoft in 2014. Alright, so back in 1990s is the introduction stage of Nokia. Alright, of Nokia itself, and after that, in 1998 onwards, it is at its growth stage, okay, in which the sales start to climb rapidly. And then in 2003 onwards, when there is a competition from iOS, 2011, iOS and Android, they has come to the maturity stage, in which at this maturity stage, the sales start to slow down. Okay, and then in 2013, if I'm not mistaken, alright, the sales start to decline because of what? Nokia is still using Symbian phones. Okay, Symbian phones is actually a device for keypad. Alright, keypad devices. Okay, as currently we are using the touch screen smartphone and so on, but Nokia is still there. That's maybe the 2011 to present. Maybe the reason of why it is declining because of their wrong decision. Okay, while other smartphone OS industry was evolving, and manufacturers move on and adopted various operating system like Android. We have iOS, Windows, and so on. Nokia still decided to stick to Windows OS only. That's the maybe the major wrong decision of Nokia. Alright, as Android and iOS became more popular, Nokia and its Windows phones failed to attract any attention of the customer. So they have come to the declining stage in which they're still there in the market, but they just keep the product linger to provide some profits, because Nokia is not only doing on telecommunications. They have other businesses too. They started with mill operation and so on. Single paper mill operation. They have range of industrial sectors like cable products, paper products, rubber boots, tires, TV, and so on. So mobile phone is one of the product mix. They have a few product lines in mobile phones itself, and that's one of the example. The last part is we talk about how do we identify products. Usually it is through branding products and packaging products. So what does it mean by branding products? What does it mean by packaging products? Let's take a look at the difference between brands and branding. Alright, so what is brand? Brand is actually a name or the term, design, symbol, or any other feature that identifies one seller's good or service as distinct from those of other sellers. That is a brand. But what does it mean by branding? Branding is endowing products and services with the power of a brand. So branding products is actually a process of using names and symbols, to communicate the qualities of a product made by a particular producer. So when we want to buy things, usually what comes into our mind? Let's say when we want to buy toothpaste. See, most of you will think about Colgate. Am I right? Alright, even though you let's say at home you use Dali, you use Morning Kiss, you use Muslim, you use Sensodyne, but then what comes into your mind when we talk about toothpaste? It's a Colgate. It is a brand. Branding. Alright, what else? When we talk about brand, let's say the carbonated drinks, Coca-Cola will comes into our mind. Betul? Alright, so Coke, other than Pepsi, FNN, what else do we have? Alright, so usually we'll think about Coca-Cola. Alright, the brand itself, that is called branding. What else comes into your mind when we talk about handbag? Alright, some of you might think of Gucci. Some might think of Coach. What else? LV, Calorino, Rizalman. The bag at sometimes, for example, dark bag. Alright, that is called branding. Okay, so the power of brand itself. Okay, so let's take a look at the definition of brand awareness. Extent to which a brand name comes to mind when a consumer considers a particular product category. That is called brand awareness. The one that I asked you just now. When we talk about toothpaste, we talk about handbag, we talk about carbonated drinks. What else? Car. Okay, BMW is a brand. We talk about branding. What comes into our mind? A car. Ferrari, Mercedes, Volkswagen, Prodwa, Proton, Honda. Alright, that is branding, brand awareness. Okay, so brands are designed to signal uniform quality. Customers who try and like a product can return to it by remembering its name or its logo. So when we talk about certain branding, all right, we know that particular branding, they will deliver a high quality product to us. That's why we are loyal to that particular branding. Okay, all right, so that is about branding. Okay, so good branding, okay, a good branding, okay, it will lead to a brand loyalty of the product. So the customer will return to us if the branding is very good. Okay, so that's we talk about branding. So through this product branding, it gives the products or services in your store an identity within the marketplace. So good product branding can allow your the specific products to stand out against what a competitor offers, and it will lead to brand loyalty that pulls customers into your store. So that is about branding products. Okay, next we talk about packaging products. Packaging is also as important as branding. Nowadays, let's say usually for packaging, women, we women, we love the packaging very much. Even the men, they also love the packaging of the products. What does it mean by packaging? Okay, packaging refers to the physical appearance, the physical content in which a product is sold, advertised, or protected. Okay, so it is the physical appearance of a product when a consumer sees it, and labels are an informative components of packaging. We have labels in there. So on the packaging itself, what do we have? If the product, what is the common uses of packaging? First, if you look at the one that we have here, reduce the risk of damage. Alright, so it is actually the barrier protection from oxygen, protection from water vapor, from dust. Okay, so to protect the product from broken, for example. Okay, to maintain the controlled atmosphere for food packages. Alright, to keep it clean, fresh, sterile, safe in the packaging itself. What else? Breakage. So that is barrier protection. Spoilage, or to increase difficulty of stealing small products. Alright, so that is the purpose of packaging, for security purposes. Okay, it can reduce the security risk of shipment, for example. If we don't put it into packaging, what happened to our product? If let's say it is a fragile product, if you don't use the bubble wrap, for example, what happened to your product? If you post the product to your customer. Okay, so packages can be made with improved tamper resistant, for example, to deter tampering. That is for our mobile phone, for example, or any other security. Other than that, what is the use of packaging. It is for marketing. All right, attractive brand name display on packaging, for example. So this will encourage the potential buyers to purchase the product for marketing purposes. Sometimes the packaging is much more expensive than the product itself. That is packaging, the purpose of packaging. People love the box. People love the wrap. People love the ribbon, for example. Okay, so the graphic design applied to the surface of the package, okay, will attract the customer. Okay, other than that, of course, for information transmission, on the packaging itself, we have the labels, to communicate how to use, okay, how to recycle or dispose the package of the or the product. Okay, as for, let's say, for medications, okay, they will give you instructions on how to consume. Okay, so that is the purpose, common purpose of packaging. Okay, all right. Okay, so packaging is very important to attract the customer as well, rather than the other than the branding. Okay, so packaging should be as attractive as possible to attract the customers. Okay, so that's all for marketing topics. We have come to an end of the marketing topic. If you have any question, you may ask later in afterwards. Okay, thank you.